Hello, Chris Godinez, licensed professional counselor, also the host of We Need to Talk on every Sunday at noon, noon Pacific, 3 Eastern, always noon Arizona Mountain Standard Time. This video is for educational and informational purposes only. The views and opinions stated herein are mine and mine alone. They do not represent the ACA, the APA, or any other therapist for that matter. Whew, I am proud to be sponsored by BetterHelp, BetterHelp, BetterHelp.com. They are an online counseling company, so if you are overseas, if you're in any other country and you're having a hard time getting into a therapist, because I've been hearing from people in France and the UK, oh my gosh, the therapy is non-existent, it takes 8 or 9 months to get in, etc., etc., etc. Go to betterhelp.com/Chris Godinez. I'll put it down in the description and fill out a couple of questions, and then they will hook you up with a therapist here in the States. Also, if you are in an area and you do not like the therapists that are around you, but you also don't want to have to drive 3 hours to go see a different therapist, get onto betterhelp.com/Chris Godinez, and they will set you up with an online therapist in your state. They are all licensed, and they are all master's level or PhD level. So betterhelp.com. Woo, there it is. Okay, so I wanted to finish up the questions that we had from Sunday. Chris, how do you deal with a person you have confided in, uses all your past abuse trauma as manipulative ammunition towards calling you a psycho? Woo, that's no bueno. Twists everything around, calling you crazy or an abuser, also including this person has caused so much pain, trauma, and continues to abuse me, yet they flip it on me saying that I'm always this or that. Is it gaslighting? Yeah, that is gaslighting. That is the definition of gaslighting. So what you want to do is get out. Go no contact. Go absolutely no contact. You cannot change these people, guys. I did a show on that a few weeks ago. They do not change. They do not get better. They do not change. They do not suddenly have an epiphany of enlightenment where they go, oh my gosh, I've been totally awful and I need to change. No. And anyone who uses your past against you, that is a huge red flag. So what you're going to do is you're going to go no contact and you're going to stay away from them, because confronting them is never going to get you what you think it's going to get you. Everybody always thinks, oh, well, I need closure. I need closure. I need closure. No, you don't. There is no closure with these types. There is not. So what you're going to do is you're just going to go no contact and you're going to get away from them and you're going to stop explaining yourself and you're going to stop trying to get them to acknowledge or admit what they did. It's never going to happen. You're not going to get the closure you're looking for. Closure comes from within. It does not come from without. So yeah, that's the very definition of gaslighting. When somebody says, you know, this happened or this didn't happen and it didn't happen or it did happen, you know, and they're lying. So that's gaslighting. So yeah, get away, get away, get away, get away. The abuser tells me I need to get help, not them. Common. Meanwhile, I was the only one willing to participate in therapy. I sought it, the abuser paid for it, and then learned how to use the therapy against me. So this is extremely common. So if you hear somebody using psychological terms that has no degree in it, or even sometimes if they have a degree in it, but they're using it to harm, hurt, manipulate, they're an abuser. And oftentimes what abusers will do is they'll get onto these channels or they'll go read every single book they can about themselves so that they can learn how to manipulate better. They're psychopaths. Remember? Dark triad. Narcissistic, psychopathic, control freaks. So they'll go study up on psychology in order to harm, manipulate, and control. So if somebody is using psychology to harm, manipulate, and control you, that is akin to using religion to harm, manipulate, and control you. It's the same thing. They're using something that is helpful and healing and wonderful, and they're twisting it for their own selfish gains. So if they're doing that, run. Do not walk to the nearest exit and go no contact. Okay. Can you please do one on leaving the narcissistic family? Yeah. I can. Give me a few weeks. Also, if you're interested to see how I did it, What's Wrong with Your Dad? Which is about me growing up in a family with a dad that was completely cray-cray, and I left. I left at 17. I had to. It was like I had to or I was going to lose my sanity. So, yeah, I can do one in a few weeks. Give me a few weeks. It's going to take some time because I've got a backlog of other ones that I want to hit. So, yes, I will do that, but give me a few weeks. And I'll talk about how to get out and what to do and where to go and, you know, all that sort of good stuff. How about the abuser we left who has minor kids who want to keep in contact with us? That's the heartbreaking one. So what the abuser will do is that they will use those children to get you in trouble with the law. They'll use those kids to get you in trouble with their ex that had the children, the other parent. That's what they do. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to explain to the kids, I love you. It's not safe for you, and it's not safe for me to stay in touch with you right now. If you're ever in trouble, of course, you can always call me, but we really can't have anything to do with each other until you're 18, really. Because what I see the exes doing is that they'll use that as the grand excuse to get a restraining order against you, or they'll use that as the excuse to start harassing and stalking you, or start filing all sorts of crazy motions in court. So be very careful. You have to. And it's heartbreaking because you want to stay in touch with those kids because you love them. You know, you've invested in them. You've been with them for sometimes years, you know. But the truth of the matter is it will be dangerous for those kids to stay in touch with them, and it'll be dangerous for you to stay in touch with them. I mean, you let them know. It's like if they're in trouble, they can always call you, you know, but it's not safe until they're 18, because then at that point, the abuser has absolutely not a legal leg to stand on. You always got to look at things from the legal point of view. So, so there is that. And remember, they oftentimes demonize every single ex they've ever had. So there's a really good possibility that the other ex-parent is not the terrible person that they've made them out to be. So you may be able to have contact with the kids that way. But again, you got to be careful, because they're going to use whatever they can to harm and hurt you, because that's the nature of their nastiness. So yeah. What if the child knows that the AWOL parent was abusive? What if the child doesn't want contact? Well, now there's the sticky wicket. So in a lot of states, it's so stupid. They will not take into consideration what a child thinks until the child is around 13 or 14. In some cases, 12. It depends on the kid. If the kid is extremely well-spoken and very mature, some judges will listen to that at 12. Other judges are like, nope, they don't know what they're doing until they're 13 or 14, at which point I bang my head into the wall, because I knew when I was 12 I knew when I was young, like really young, I knew something was wrong with my dad. I knew he was off. I knew he was abusive. I knew there was something wrong. You know, it doesn't take a rocket scientist. Kids are not stupid. And this is the thing that makes me so angry about the family court system, is that they treat children like they're stupid and they can't figure things out. Now, cognitively, should they be making all sorts of heavy-duty legal decisions? Probably not. But emotionally, they know when they don't want to be around someone, just like a dog does. Have you ever seen a dog that didn't like somebody? That's a good idea to pay attention to that. Kids are the same way. If they don't want to go over to somebody's house, if they don't like somebody, there is something going on. Guarantee it. Kids are not stupid, and I wish judges would wake up. But then again, I've talked about this. A lot of judges and a lot of attorneys are narcissistically personality disordered because they're narcissists. And that's just stupid. And honestly, they need to reform the family court system. It really does. This whole 50-50 thing is just a load of crap, especially when you're dealing with somebody who's an abuser. So, yeah. So if the child does not want contact, what you're going to have to do is make sure that kid is in therapy. So there's another set of eyes on it. Okay, and then you're going to have to go before the judge. And of course, this is mostly a legal question. Talk to your attorney. Go before the judge. See if you can get a psych-eval on the entire family, and see if you can get the judge to hear the kids out. Now, in Arizona, the judges generally listen to kids when they're about 12 or 13. I've seen some judges, though, insist that 17-year-olds go see their abuser, and the 17-year-old goes, call the cops on me, I'm not going. You know, and then the cops show up and the cops go, I'm not doing anything. You're 17. Do you see where I'm going? It's just a huge waste of resources. And if they actually rewrote it and redid it, there would be less resources wasted. So that's a sticking point with me. So you're going to have to talk to your attorney, see about psych-evals for everyone, see about getting the judge to listen to the child. Hey, can the child go into the chambers with you and talk to you? Just talk to you. So, you know, but generally they have to be 12 or older, at least in Arizona. And even at that time, sometimes if you get a really bad judge, they will side with the abuser. So it just... common sense, not so common. So there it is. Telling the truth to older kids, 35-ish, who don't want to believe you or blame you for half of the problems that went down that you had no knowledge of. How do you handle that or not? Well, if they're interested in repairing the relationship, then they'll be willing to go to family therapy. If they are unwilling to go to family therapy, be done. You've made the offer. Yep. Because remember, sometimes the kids side with the abuser, especially if they're very similar to the abuser, or if they never got therapy during the whole process, they'll side with the abuser, because kids tend to side with the person they're the most scared of because they're trying to keep themselves safe, which is why when they come back from the 5225, they act out with the safer parent, and oftentimes they'll take things out on the safer parent. So offer family therapy. If they're unwilling to go to family therapy, be done. Be done. Be done. Okay. How do you stop discussions about your perception initiated by a gaslighter when your perception is questioned nonstop? You stop talking to them. You just stop talking to them. You don't play their game. You do not play their game. Well, you're wrong. This, that, and the other thing. What they're trying to do is get you to get on the defensive. They're trying to get you on the ropes. Okay, so when somebody starts doing that, you have nothing, zip, zero, zilch, nada to do with them. You go, bye-bye, bye-bye. You can be right and alone. Bye-bye, bye-bye now. Have nothing to do with them. Have nothing to do with them. They're going to keep going. You can't control them. You can't stop them once they get started. What you can do is go, okay, I'm done, and turn around and walk out. That's the best thing to do. Why is it when I try to talk to my boyfriend about his porn addiction, he gives me the silent treatment and gets hateful? Well, because you're trying to stop an addiction. I don't know an addict on the face of the planet that will willingly talk about their addiction until they're ready. And oftentimes, narcissists have porn addictions. Not always, but often. Or they have some other addiction going on. So the silent treatment is always done to hurt, harm, and punish. It's a way to groom the person to not discuss the serious or heavy topics that they don't want to deal with. And it's manipulative. So why are you in this relationship? You may want to sit down and do a pro and a con list. So yeah, and figure out why you're there. If he breaks up with you, he breaks up with you. Somebody who's going to break up with you because you're trying to help them is not somebody you want to be with. So there's that. Can you write a book about all these therapy techniques? Okay, so you mean like the mirror work and the thought stopping and things like that? Yes, actually, I am in the middle of writing my third and my fourth book. So I am including in examples how to do the mirror technique, how to do thought stopping, how to do all of that stuff. So yes, I am writing a book about that. It's I'm writing two books simultaneously, not having a lot of success getting time because the whole pandemic thing. I've literally been seeing 30 to 40 clients a week nonstop since last March. So when I catch time, I write the books, and hopefully I'm going to get them done this year. And he's driving me crazy. He's like, when are you going to finish? I'm like, I have no idea. So yes, I will include how to in the next book on abuse. So there it is. How are we doing on time? Oh, actually, I can answer some more questions. Fabulous. I have a coworker who is causing drama. What do I do? Ooh, okay. So corporate systems mimic family systems, just like groups therapies often mimic family systems. So in other words, you'll start seeing people fall into family roles when they get together with other people. So if the company is healthy, drama's not going to be put up with. The owners of the corporation will make it very clear, we're not doing drama, we're not doing this crap. Thanks for playing, knock it off, right? If you're in a dysfunctional corporation, which is going to be more often than not, because corporations are not very healthy. They're only as healthy as the top people. And if the top people are narcissistic or dysfunctional or whatever, doo-doo runs downhill. So it won't be a good thing. So if somebody is causing drama, you stay the hell out of it. You stay the hell out of it. And if it gets bad enough, you go to HR and you go, you know what? This person is making it a hostile work environment. They're doing this, and this. I am staying the hell out of it, but I'm letting you know I am no longer enjoying coming to work. So you do that. And remember, HR is not there for you. HR is only there to keep the company from getting sued. That is it. They are not on the side of the worker, which is why people get so angry when they go to HR and then HR does nothing to protect them, or the polar opposite, or gets them fired but keeps the troublemaker. So you just document, and you keep bringing it to the attention. Hey, this is affecting the bottom line. This is affecting the corporation. This is not good for the company. That's the way to phrase it. That they'll understand that. Do you see where I'm going with that? So that's what you want to do. And then maybe look for a different job. Get out of there. Find some place that doesn't enjoy or like drama, you know? And the sad thing of it is that, you know, with a change of power, you can have a great corporation become a terrible corporation because some jerk took over that's a total jerk. So you never know. But yeah, I would document like crazy. I would just bring it to the attention of higher ups. Hey, this is hurting the bottom line. This is not good. This is starting to create a hostile work environment. You know, you could drop little phrases like that. You could go to HR, you could complain, but the first thing they're going to do is go, well, have you talked to this person? Because that's what they do. They put it back onto the person that's having the issue, which is why I'm saying stay the hell out of it. If you can stay the hell out of it, stay the hell out of it. Just document it. Honestly, safety in numbers, if you can get more than, you know, just you going in, if it's like a whole group of people going, this problem, it needs to stop, you know, they're more likely to listen. So, ooh, that's a tough one. Sorry, kiddo. Abuse by proxy. My mother-in-law is convincing my spouse to abuse me. What to do? Well, that's a sticky one. First of all, you have to bring it to the spouse's attention, and you have to discern whether the spouse is really an abuser or whether this is a trauma response to his abuser. And sometimes what will happen is if there's an abusive mother-in-law, they'll convince the son or the daughter or whoever to abuse the spouse on their behalf. It's kind of like, you know, either you're with me or against me kind of thing. Are you with me or against me? And you better side with me and not your spouse, which is so wrong because when you kick yourself out of the nest and you go live your life, a healthy parent will say, okay, good job, keep going, fabulous, you're with a spouse now. I'm staying out of your marriage. You guys are you, and if you want to come visit, great. If you don't, great. You know, but an intrusive mother-in-law, spouse's mom, will inject themselves into the relationship, will sometimes insist on going to couples therapy with the couple. Oh my God, no. You know, all sorts of meddling kind of thing. So the spouse has to be willing to tell the mom no. And sometimes they can, and sometimes they can't. So again, they need to get with an individual therapist to work on inner child and CPTSD, trauma, etc. Couples therapy is definitely going to be recommended, unless, caveat, this person really is abusive. Now, if they're abusive when the mother-in-law is around, but not when the mother-in-law is not, then it's fleas. If they're abusive all the time, then it's not fleas, they're an abuser. So that's a sticky one, because if you go to couples counseling and they're an abuser, they'll use it against you. If they use it against you, stop therapy immediately, leave. So there's that. How are we doing on time? Doing good. Are racing thoughts normal with CPTSD? The nights are the worst. Yes. Oh, Lord, yes. So CPTSD, complex, meaning it happened over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Post, after the fact, traumatic. Oh, it was awful. Stress, anxiety, disorder, not coping with it well. So when we have PTSD, we have rumination and racing thoughts. Oh, I'm sorry. The allergies are just horrible. Okay, racing thoughts. Rumination. That is part of PTSD. That is part of CPTSD. So when we have had trauma, our amygdala is trying to keep us safe, okay? And it's doing its best, but this little guy is stupid, like 3 O's, stupid. So this is our fight, flight, freeze, or fawn center, and it is constantly looking for danger, looking for danger, looking for danger. It's almost like that up periscope gets stuck, and it's going, where's the danger, 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 where's the danger? And so what we end up doing is we get racing thoughts. Well, what about this, and what about that, and what if, and what if, what if, and oh my gosh, and because what we're trying to do is we're trying to stay safe. We're trying to stay one step ahead. But all that does is take us out of the present moment, in which case this is at nighttime and you're trying to sleep. And the brain is going, let me just play you a greatest hits of everything that went wrong today. You know, that's just what our brains do, which just, not helpful. So what you want to do is you want to recognize that the amygdala is on hyper alert. We're hyper alert. We're just, we're looking for danger, trying to stay safe. So since it's bad at night, what we start doing is we start associating the nighttime with not sleeping, and we start associating the nighttime with panic. So you're going to have to change that, meaning you're going to have to get a handle on your amygdala. So when you recognize the racing thoughts, what can you do different? Well, first of all, get up out of bed. Don't stay in bed with the racing thoughts, because then your brain is going to start associating the bed with not sleeping. That's how insomnia gets going. You don't want that. So get up, go to the living room, put on some soothing music, grab a journal, write out the racing thoughts. Oftentimes that'll be enough to just kind of slow them down or to make them stop, because now your amygdala goes, oh, you're doing something about it. Okay, because the amygdala is so stupid. It cannot tell the difference between actually doing something about it and just writing it down. So you're going to write it down. You're going to breathe. Okay, because remember, this is kind of the start of a panic attack. This is part of the panic. This is part of the dysfunction, the racing thoughts and everything. So when the amygdala perceives a threat, so the thought happens, amygdala freaks out, tells the hippocampus hypothalamus to release cortisol. Cortisol is our stress hormone. We're getting tense because we're getting ready to fight, flight, freeze, so that the predator walks on by and leaves us the hell alone, or fawn, give in to the predator so that we don't get killed. So now we're tense and we're taking puffy little breaths, not going anywhere. Racing thoughts, pounding heart, pounding heart. And at this point, the brain then tells, there's another part of the brain that kicks in and goes, oh, we're going to die. There's no oxygen, CO2. What the heck's going on here? So then that tells the adrenal gland that sits on top of the kidneys to release everything at once. So the adrenal gland releases. Now we're shaking like a leaf, and it feels terrible. It feels like we're going to die. You know, heart's racing and racing thoughts and not enough oxygen, and we're taking puffy little breaths. And at this point, we either go into a panic attack or we go into a rage attack, or we just sit there and are paralyzed and are just like, okay, racing thoughts. Okay, racing thoughts. Okay, racing, you know, it's awful. It's terrible. I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. Seriously, no bueno. So the best thing to do is to breathe. First of all, get up, get out of bed, go to a different room, put on some soothing music, or I like the Tibetan singing bowls. Those, for some reason, I really like those. Or I like the sound of the ocean, you know, or maybe I'll put on music and the sound of the ocean, you know, just so it'll be like, oh, chill. Oh, hello. Ooh, look at all the dolphins. You know, it kind of helps relax, and then you want to start breathing. And there's a whole bunch of really good breathing meditations that are on YouTube. So look for breathing meditations. Those will help you. Journal, get it out of your head, write it down. You know, is there something you can do about this? So what is the racing thought about? What is the fear? Confront it. What is the fear? Is there something I can do about it? Well, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. No, there is nothing I can do about it. Okay, well, there's nothing I can do about it. Thank you, brain. Thank you, brain. Nothing I can do about it. So this is thought stopping. So the thought pops up, the fear pops up, you acknowledge it, you validate it, and then it's like, okay, can I do something about this? Yes, I can. Okay, I can call the whatever needs to be called. I can take care of this. Okay, great. I will do that first thing in the morning, you know. Okay, go to sleep. Thank you. Bye-bye. So you just acknowledge it, and then you decide, is there something I can do with this, or is there nothing I can do with this? And then you have to have a real come to Jesus with your brain. Look, brain, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. I can't call anyone right now. I can make a list of people to call tomorrow morning, but that's it. You know, if it's one of those to-do things. If it's just fear, okay, how realistic is this fear? Not very realistic. Thank you. Thanks for playing. Bye-bye. Go play in traffic. Bye-bye. You know, you got to really confront and work with thought stop. Don't invite it in for breakfast, because it'll stay for dinner. Seriously, it does that. So when we have an uncomfortable thought, we have this tendency to either push it away, you know, resist it, and go, nope, I'm not thinking about it. I'm not thinking about it. Well, what am I thinking about the whole time? That one thought. Or we go, thought, oh, I have to invite it in and I have to engage with it. No, you don't. You have to validate it. You have to, yeah, I hear you, I see you. And how realistic are you? Not realistic. Okay, is there anything I can do about it? No. Okay, bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Not playing with you. Bye-bye. Take your power back. Take your power back. So yeah, this is a part of CPTSD. It absolutely is. It's the hypervigilance, it's the racing thoughts, it's the panic attack, it's the whole thing. So it's taking care of yourself. It's breathing, it's recognizing, oh my gosh, I'm starting to have racing thoughts. Okay, well, let's go journal them out. And what can I do about them? What's the next right step? Is there anything I can do about them? Oh gosh, there's not. Well, guess what? I'm going to let it go. So it's the Buddhist worry chart. Is there a problem? Yes. Can I do something about it? Yes. Then don't worry. Is there a problem? Yes. Can I do something about it? No. Well then, don't worry. Worry is like a prayer for bad things to happen. Don't allow that to run your life. Don't allow the fear to run your life. Give the middle finger to the fear, write it out, challenge it, let it go, breathe, journal. Get with a good trauma therapist. Work on this because you don't want to start having insomnia. Insomnia sucks. You don't want that. How are we doing on time? I got 5 more minutes. Okay. Does exercise help with CPTSD? Yes. Exercise helps with everything. Seriously, with anxiety, depression. It does help. It really does. For me, especially, what I love is I love to swim. That's my jam, because then it's rhythmic and it's meditative. And some people get that with jogging. I hate jogging. I won't jog. Yeesh. If you like jogging, God bless you, because I won't do it. So yeah, but whatever's your jam. If your jam is jogging, go jog. If your jam is, fencing, go fence. If your jam is some other exercise, do it. Oftentimes when we do solo exercises, that is a great time to meditate. That is a great time to reflect. That is a great time to work things through. That is a great time to also get, in shape and feel good about ourselves. So yeah, exercise absolutely helps with CPTSD. It helps with depression because it raises the endorphins, dopamine, serotonins, norepinephrines, all those fun chemicals. And it can help with anxiety too, because sometimes when we get all this pent up energy and it's like, okay, I'm going to go for a jog, or I'm going to go for a run, or I'm going to go for a swim, or I'm going to get, and we kind of work it out and kind of be like, okay, brain, what are we running away from? What's going on here? What's happening? So it's a good time to meditate while you do that. That's why I like it. I love swimming. I'll do treadmill too, but I don't find that as meditative as I do swimming. For some reason, the swimming is just more meditative. It's like when I'm on the treadmill, I'm always worried I'm going to get flung off the back. So I'm not graceful. Anyway, there's that. Okay. Why are narc parents jealous of their children? Ooh, we're going to talk about that on Sunday. So briefly, because the video on Sunday is going to be on why do they have kids? Why do they bother if they're just going to abuse us? Why are they having children? Basically, narcissists are in competition with literally everybody, like everybody. And they are even in competition with their children, and they will become jealous of their own children. And it's crazy. And you watch this and you're like, what the heck is going on here? Well, they're nuts. That's really boiling it down. They're completely insane. So, yeah, they're jealous of their own kids, and they will get into competition, and they will try to steal the girls' boyfriends or the guys' girlfriends or boyfriends or girlfriends or whoever. They'll steal them. Doesn't matter. Gender doesn't matter to them. So it's like they'll steal whoever is interested in the child because they're selfish and they want all of the attention on them, and they want to prove that they are the sexiest, the most desirable, the most whatever. So yeah, they will get into competitions with boyfriend and girlfriends. They will be angry that the child has outshone them academically. They'll be angry that the child has outdone them, in some way, shape, or form. So yeah, they get jealous of their own kids. If the kid has a great life and has worked really hard and has, a lovely home and good car and, all that stuff, the parent will be jealous of them instead of happy for them, which is what a healthy, normal parent would be. So yeah, and we're going to get into that on Sunday. So on Sunday, we're going to talk about why did they have kids? Why did they even bother? Why if they're just going to be in competition and jealous? So trust me, there is an agenda with that, and they are ruthless in their competition. They are ruthless. They don't care. And it's not even about the boyfriend or the girlfriend. What they're interested in is the attention. So that's why I'm saying gender doesn't matter to them. It's just whoever the child is having a relationship with, they want that other person's attention. So that's why they try to steal boyfriends, girlfriends, etc. So, yeah. All right. We are running out of time. So this week on We Need to Talk is going to be why? Why do they have kids? Why do they have kids? Why? If they're just going to either ignore them or abuse them, why are they doing it? Well, trust me, there's an agenda to that. We're going to talk about it. So, all right, my loves, go have a wonderful week. Please remember BetterHelp. betterhelp.com/Chris Godinez. They're great. They are hooking people up left, right, and center over in Scotland, which I think is great, and I hear France as well. So yeah, betterhelp.com/Chris Godinez, and share these videos with as many people as you can. If you know people that are in abusive relationships, share them, where people can see them, because the more knowledge is power, and the more people that understand how these abusers behave and respond and act, the less likely people are going to fall into their trap. And I say this because, like I said, on Sunday, we had a domestic violence situation here in Gilbert where a 21-year-old was killed by her abuser. So I want everyone to understand what an abuser is, what they do, why they do it, et cetera, so that if you recognize it, you can get out. So share these videos with as many people as you can. And there you go. All right, kids, have a great week, and I will talk to you on Sunday. Bye.